Okay, let's dive into one of the biggest and frankly most frustrating challenges for anyone using AI image generation for serious professional work: getting the AI to actually reproduce an image with perfect fidelity. It's a tough nut to crack, but it's absolutely essential if you want reliable results.
And this is the central question, isn't it? It drives so many of us crazy. You've got these incredible tools that can dream up entire galaxies from scratch, but the second you need it to just copy a specific product for a client, it just can't. Why can it imagine literally anything, but it fails at copying one simple thing?
And this, right here, is what we call the reproduction problem. This is that high-stakes moment where getting close is the same as failing completely. We're not talking about just riffing on a style. We're talking about that client-level fidelity, the kind of pixel-perfect accuracy that actually gets approved. So, to fix this, we first have to get to the root of why it even happens. And it really comes down to a fundamental difference in how these AI models think. It's all about the difference between what we'll call judgment and discernment.
See, most AI systems are running on what you could call judgment. They're constantly asking, is this image okay? Does it fit the vibe? Is it acceptable? But for what we need, for actual reproduction, we need something totally different. We need discernment. And that asks a much better question. What is this precisely? What are its component parts? What is its exact structure? One is just about feeling, the other is about pure analysis.
And that's the key to discernment. It's the ability to see the architectural blueprint underneath all the pretty paint. It's about understanding what makes an image what it is structurally, completely separate from its mood or aesthetic. And here's the kicker. This analytical skill is almost totally missing from the way most image-to-prompt systems work right now.
Okay, let's make this real. We're going to walk through a case study of a pretty common marketing image to see how this all plays out. It seems simple, but for an AI, it's an absolute minefield. Let's talk about the book grid.
So here's the job. We need a 3x3 grid, 9 different people, 9 different scenes. But, and this is the important part, every single person needs to be holding the exact same book. The cover, the title, everything. Identical. It's a pretty standard image you'd use for social proof. So what did the AI get right? Well, it absolutely nailed the vibe. It gave us diverse people, it understood the warm, inviting lighting, the body language was approachable, it totally got the feeling of social proof. Aesthetically, it was a home run. But here is where it completely fell apart. The structural failure was catastrophic. The one thing that couldn't change, the book cover, it changed in every single panel. The typography was different, the colors were off. It even fixed the specific asymmetrical layout we asked for and made it symmetrical. The entire thing was completely unusable for the client.
And this right here gets to the absolute heart of the issue. The AI understood what the image was saying, community, trust, friendliness, but it had no clue what the image actually was, a precisely designed grid with a non-negotiable, unchangeable object at its center.
All right, so if that's the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, it's a really powerful mental model called the rule of object dominance.
I want you to think about it like a high-end whiskey ad campaign. You might have 12 different photo shoots in 12 completely different scenes. One's on a misty Scottish loch, another's in a cozy, firelit library. But in every single one of those shots, that whiskey bottle has to be perfectly identical. The lighting on it, the label, the shape, it never changes. For that photographer, the bottle isn't a suggestion, it's the fixed infrastructure. And this leads us to a really crucial shift in thinking. Some objects in your image are not creative subjects up for interpretation. They are facts. And you don't reinterpret facts, you protect them. That product, that logo, that specific book cover, that's a fact. So this gives us a game plan, a clear framework to work with. Let's call it the reproduction hierarchy. Step 1 is you lock your structural invariants. That's your product, your logo, the grid layout, they are non-negotiable. Step 2, you define the contextual variables. These are the things that can change: the people, the scene, the lighting. And finally, step 3, you ignore all the decorative noise, the minor details that don't matter. You're reordering your entire creative process to protect what's most important. But here's the thing, this fix isn't just a technical trick, it's a real cognitive shift. It means we, as the users, have to fundamentally change how we write our prompts. We have to start thinking in terms of structure, not just mood. So, what does this look like in practice? Well, a mood-based prompt, the kind we usually write, describes a feeling.
Something like a warm, inviting photo of people reading. But a structure-based prompt is totally different. It builds a blueprint. It says a 3x3 asymmetric grid, fixed object in hand, variable people. See the difference? You're moving from being a poet to being an architect.
And what's so powerful about this is that by adding these rules, you haven't made the AI less creative. You've made it more disciplined. And for any kind of professional work, that discipline is everything. It's what gives you a predictable, reliable, and ultimately usable result.
Okay, so let's bring all of this home. Let's boil it all down to one single, powerful question that I think will completely change how you approach imagery production from this day forward. For the longest time, especially with generative AI, we've been asking one question. What should this image look like, right? It's a question all about creation. But for this kind of professional work, we need a new, much more powerful question. And that question is, what must this image not lose? This is a massive shift, away from simple creation and toward disciplined preservation.
This one question. This should be the absolute first thing you think about before you type a single word of your prompt. Before you even think about the fun, creative stuff, you have to ask yourself, what must not be lost? Identify those non-negotiable facts and then build your entire prompt around protecting them.
So let me leave you with this final thought. We're in this field that is constantly, and rightly, celebrating all the incredible things that AI can imagine. But in that world, the truly radical and professional act is to insist on what it must remember. Because that precision, that discipline, it isn't a limitation on creativity. It's the very thing that makes all that incredible creativity truly useful in the real world.